I love the word American downhiller. I mean, that's what I was and what I kind of dreamed to be.
I was one of those kids that sat in school at a young age and just like daydreamed out at the window thinking about skiing.
Downhillers have been kind of the staple in American skiing. We've had this consistent performance over time, and we have a lot of legends that have come before us, and we want to continue to carry that on.
We just like to be ourselves, and it gives us an opportunity to do that and represent an image that we all believe in.
The downhiller mentality is definitely different than someone who does tech. I know a lot of slalom guys who are scared to death of thinking of doing a downhill.
I mean, it's a risky sport, high speed, there's some danger elements, but just growing up and like watching guys like Franz Klammer, Bill Johnson, the US ski team, just like throw it down and just hanging on for a wild ride. I mean, that to me was the big draw.
Kind of like just cowboy, like super dangerous, high speed, and it's usually the guy that kind of wants it the most that can take the race.
I would consider the American downhillers like the cult. You know, I always had in ski racing, I cut it out. It was a picture of Bill Johnson. And it said, slalom and GS are just events, downhill is a cult.
I first made the US ski team through giant slalom and super G, you know, which is a great foundation to have to move into speed. But like, I was always intrigued by that like ultimate rush.
So Mark O'Sullivan, his website was called American Downhiller, and he just always had that name in his head. And a few years ago, he was like, I want to create a group out of this. I want to create a site for just us.
I was looking at names. I was like, American Downhiller, it has a nice ring to it. We eventually just kind of started calling our group that, the American Downhillers. It's almost America versus the rest of the world. It has this a bit of a rebellious, renegade attitude. Like, we're going to come over there into your house, and we're going to try and be the fastest guys.
The ultimate goal obviously is to win the downhill title, which no American male has ever done.
We have a good thing going on right now. What I really like, it's not just us racers, but a lot of the coaches on the team, they're guys that I grew up with. They're guys that I have supreme trust in and that I know have been through it and have raced at a high level. So when they're giving a course report or they're telling me what's up or what they think, we have good communication, and I have trust in that.
The older guys help out the younger guys for the most part, and we work together, and you know, the young guys are nipping at the heels of the older guys, and they're kind of passing down their experience that they've learned over the 10 plus extra years they've been on the World Cup.
I'm extremely proud of the guys to have organically from within the group create this naming of their group and putting a tag on what it means to be an American downhiller, and really how they've come together even tighter as a family because of this. Without a doubt, we need something like this to be strong throughout the season. I mean, competing in Europe all year, year after year after year, against people that are at home, we have to have our own family, a tight family, a sense of identity, and the American downhiller has really created that opportunity. And the guys fulfilling that has been, a dream come true for the head coach.
Downhill is one of the few events, maybe the only event in alpine skiing that kind of has that part of that attachment for people, you know, that kind of unique point in time from a historical standpoint with certain individuals that have been involved.
We are trying to just build off that whole legacy that's been growing forever.
The guy who really inspired me was Tommy Moe. 1984, Lillehammer, that was just like, watching that, I was like, this is cool, you know.
I didn't really expect to win it, but I had a bunch of top threes before that, so I knew like if I can go out there and ski my best, then maybe I can score a medal. And then for sure, like when that race came about, I was totally ready, and everything clicked, and you know, I won by 0.04. And even when I watched the course today, it's like the course record is 144, and 20 years ago I had a 145, so it hasn't changed that much. I mean, downhill skiing is like the ultimate extreme sport.
There's a little bit of a gap for a few years though, you know, late 90s, early 2000s, and then you know, Daron and Bodie kind of hit the scene.
The big three downhill guys were like Tommy Moe, AJ Kitt, and Kyle Rasmussen. They kind of embodied what I wanted to be as a ski racer.
We were all just not that good, and then all of a sudden AJ Kitt won a World Cup downhill in Val d'Isere, and it was so cool because all of a sudden we're like, wow, like AJ can do it, like we can do it. And
you know, I remember kind of always looking up to Daron as sort of somebody that I could emulate a little bit, just because, you know, he made a lot happen despite his small stature.
And Daron and Bodie, when I made the ski team and watching them just push each other.
Yeah, I remember Daron's big win at the 2001 World Champs. It was just, you know, that was such a breakthrough for the U.S. ski team, and, you know, in general, I think just to have somebody that was in that position again.
You know, they had a rivalry, but when you talk to Bodie and Daron about it, they were teammates, and they pushed each other to win.
Ski racing, the downhill, a 75-mile-per-hour thrill ride. Danger lurks at every turn. U.S. ski sensation Daron Rahlves took the top of the podium last year and doesn't want to give it up. Look out, because here comes America's Bodie Miller, considered the best skier in the world today. The American Bodie Miller, he won the first 3 races of the World Cup season. He, to put it mildly, is on fire.
When everybody else said, you got to change your style, I said, no way, I just have to figure it out. You know, if you're not a Bodie Miller fan, you just don't like ski racing.
It's like going fast.
Tim Bodie's success started in slalom. The first World Cup race he won, but now because he's won in all 4 events, it's just amazing he's joined the other 4.
And he is right on the gates.
He just nailed that section, Tim, from the talon turn down, from that net turn through the most technical part of this course.
Down to the finish line, Bodie Miller, and well into the lead.
A lot of guys like to ski safe. I like to ski a little reckless.
1600s out of first place into second behind his teammate Bodie Miller. What a ride for Daron Rahlves. Look at that, he grabs an American flag. He didn't get the win, but he loves this. 1 and 2 here in Beaver Creek, Colorado. This is an amazing moment for the U.S. ski team. Beating the Austrians in downhill is great anytime. Getting 1-2 has never been done before.
To me, it's crazy how you could be like that close to somebody and it's a teammate, and you know, it was incredible time of my life for sure. And you know, I'm proud of those accomplishments, but I'm looking to what's next and following our guys now. And I have to say, like, our team's been making me really proud, and I'd love to see the tradition of success continue, and just camaraderie and a good feel up there. And these guys, they got the mojo. It's gonna be fun to watch this year.
To see an American male win the overall World Cup downhill globe, I think would honestly, I would think it would change, it would tilt the axis of power forever in our favor in downhill.
you know, the crystal globe is elusive. If you crash or have a bad result in one, you're kind of out of it. I'd like to see Steve Nyman win the Olympic downhill. He'd be the first guy since Tommy Moe.